This is a review of Kill la Kill. Spoilers are present, so don't come crying to me later. I do not own this series. Well, no shit I don't.
There it is. Honoji Academy.
Hi everyone, how are you doing? This is Gardetrace and this is my first anime review. Today we'll be focusing on an anime from 2013 by Studio Trigger, Kill la Kill.
I'm on official business!
Welcome to the world of Kill la Kill, where Honoji Academy Student Council's word is law. The Student Council President Satsuki Kiryuin rules over everyone with an iron fist.
Fear is freedom! Subjugation is liberation! Contradiction is truth! Those are the facts of this world! And you will all surrender to them! You pigs in human clothing!
Yeah, whatever the fuck she just said. For the students who she deems worthy, they receive what are known as Goku uniforms. These uniforms greatly augment the physical capabilities of the wearers to superhuman levels and gives them additional perks depending on their personalities. However, to prevent any sort of rebellion, only Satsuki's most loyal subjects receive the most powerful Goku uniforms, which are indicated by the amount of stars they have. And the 3-star students are referred to as the Elite Four, which includes Iragamagori, Uzu Sanageyama, Hoka Inumuta, and Nanan Jakuzure. Elite Four. Pokemon much? Enter Ryuko Matoi, a newly transferred student who openly defies Satsuki and then goes on to reveal a big-ass half of a pair of scissors. Ryuko is on the hunt for her father's killer, and she's looking for the one who wields the other half of the scissor and suspects Satsuki knows something about it. Satsuki is being very vague and isn't giving her any straight answers, so Ryuko decides to beat those answers out of her. Unfortunately, she isn't powerful enough to do anything about it and gets her ass handed to her. After she makes her escape, she returns to the site of her father's murder, where she laments over her failure to get any answers. When suddenly, she falls through a trap door, winding up in a basement where she encounters a living Sailor Fuku, and in one of the creepiest moments in anime history, it forcibly makes her wear it, transforming her into the most skimpily dressed magical girl in history. Apparently this is a magical girl anime. My ass. Do you see Madoka over there? That is a magical girl, not Ryuko. Kill la Kill is about as much of a magical girl anime as Vivid Red Operation is. Don't actually go check out that anime, it's not really worth your time, unless you want to see a girl wave her ass on another girl's face. Ryuko's outfit, known as a Kamui, gives her the strength to combat Goku uniforms, but there's a catch. She's greatly embarrassed by the outfit, and as a result, she isn't able to draw on its full power, and it limits how long she's able to use it.
That's it. I'm done. Zing it.
Ryuko as a character is pretty straightforward. She has a clear goal at the beginning of the series she's working to achieve. One thing about her is she often lets her emotions get the better of her and finds herself in situations that could have been avoided if she were more level-headed. She's not listening to the music.
Don't lose your way! Your life.
When she loses her way, she does grow as a character, and she is a good example of a strong female lead. The thing about Kill la Kill is when it starts off, it has a very generic plot. It's just a basic quest for revenge, something we've seen a shitload of times by now. The thing is, the first few episodes of Kill la Kill do not cover the big picture. They really do not explain the big picture. though the series doesn't take too long to get to the point. The thing about this series is it has a lot of fan service, but the thing about the fan service is it's actually integrated into the plot. Pretty much the fan service is the plot. As you continue with the series and you see what it's all about, the fan service makes a lot of sense, as there's actually explanations as to why Ryuko's Kamui is so skimpy, or Kamuis in general are skimpy. There's a reason why there's all this fan service going on. And the fan service is not one-sided. You have a lot of fan service for guys to gawk at, being, Ryuko's outfit and, the Kamuis and whatnot. And then there's a lot of service out there for the ladies. So there's something for everyone. Laser nipples, anyone? What is this, Magic Mike? Now the thing about people is lots of people out there will argue that the fan service, them trying to explain it, trying to integrate it into the plot, is just nothing more than an excuse for them to justify why it's there. But one thing you guys have to take note of is they can make the show whatever the fuck they want. If they want to integrate the fan service into the plot, they can. If they want to have fan service just for the sake of fan service, they can. This is their show. They can do whatever the fuck they want. I think it was good how they made fan service be a plot point and actually pretty much be the main point of the plot. Because when you think about it, it's actually well done. Because I don't really know all that many shows out there that I've seen that were very fan servicey that really included into the plot. It's just most of the times we just have these basic cliche fan service scenes that we see in virtually every anime to the point that we're getting sick of seeing it. Not Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill does something different. And it pretty much takes a lot of tropes that we know about anime and subverts them in its own way. So you'll see that there is much more to Kill la Kill than what you can see on the surface. And wait a minute, where the fuck are her nipples? Now, the interesting thing about Ryuko's Kamui is that it is its own character that she affectionately nicknamed Senketsu. Now, Senketsu was created by her father, but it has no memories of what its original purpose is, so it doesn't know any more about the situation than Ryuko. But it does play the role of straight man and gives Ryuko's pointers on each situation she's in. Though there are times where the two of them are at odds with one another, especially considering how Ryuko was initially very embarrassed by the skimpy nature of the outfit. However, she does get over it and the two of them are able to form an actual friendship. Satsuki Kiryuin is a lot less straightforward of a character. As a matter of fact, you don't even learn of her true purpose until about 3/4 of the way into the series. But she initially comes across as a total bitch who absolutely abuses her authority, and then she straight up challenges Ryuko to take down her system. But as you progress through the series, you will learn that she isn't as much of a bitch as she initially seems to be, and that her intents are a lot more noble than what they seem. So all in all, Satsuki really isn't all that bad of a character, and I do like her. She does make a very good rival to Ryuko.
You're not the only one with a Kamui. This is Junken!
The last character I will talk about is Mako Mankanshok, who is definitely my favorite character of the series. If you thought Naruto was a hyperactive knucklehead, you haven't seen anything yet. Now, on the surface, she appears to be the token comic relief character of the series, which is something I dislike, but there's more to Mako than that. She is often the life of the anime, not that other characters aren't, but she fucking owns the screen. Mako keeps things from getting too serious, and she knows how to time her moments in the spotlight well. Mako definitely has her funny moments, but she also displays moments where she's a total badass as well. Mako is a very loyal and clingy friend to Ryuko, and she, along with the rest of her equally screwed up family, accept Ryuko into their home. Overall, Mako is awesome, and this series wouldn't get very far without her, especially not Ryuko. Whenever she loses her way, it is Mako who's the one that helps her find it again. One thing about Kill la Kill's animation is arguably it's a mixed bag, depending on how you look at it. The animation greatly varies from episode to episode, and there are times where scenes can be very dynamic to them having moments where characters look like cardboard cutouts. This series utilizes many moments where characters have very limited animation. And if we're gonna talk animation, we gotta give episode 4 a mention.
We're gonna be late! Hurry up and get dressed, Ryuko!
Episode 4 was a big-lipped alligator moment, and it takes the over-the-top nature of the series and turns it up to 11.
Tease. No, Mako! Look out! What if I do?
Can I lick your face, Ryuko?
Episode 4 of Kill la Kill was full of off-model animation, and it looks like Studio Trigger hired a bunch of 5-year-olds to animate it. But given the nature of the series, how it parodies anime, it was most likely intentional. If you recall Gurren Lagann's episode 4, it was full of off-model animation as well, but mostly due to budget constraints. This was simply an affectionate parody of it. However, there are moments that look like complete noobs did them, especially when 3D is used. There are many moments where 3D is used wrong, however, there are many moments where 3D is used right. 3D does enhance a lot of scenes of Kill la Kill, however, it can make certain scenes stick out like a sore thumb. Studio Trigger has been very inconsistent in regards of their 3D.
Blow it out your ass, bitch! It's gonna take a hell of a lot more than you to stop me!
Now, if there is any area of Kill la Kill that I have to give credit, it would be its presentation. Each scene presents itself very well, and it has the appropriate amount of build-up to set you up for the next scene. The direction of this series is very well done, and it really gives an emphasis on the action. As far as I'm concerned, the animation is the best part of Kill la Kill, as its direction is undeniably impressive.
Time to drop the bass on ya!
Kill la Kill not only looks good, but it sounds good as well. When it comes to the question of whether to watch this anime dubbed or subbed, you could really go either way. I know because I've seen both. Now, one thing I'm definitely gonna do is praise Erica Mendez for her role as Ryuko.
You ass! You just ruined my lunch with that dirty knife!
The fact that Satsuki is voiced by Kari Karanen, who also voices Casca from Berserk, is a win in my book. And as for Christine Marie Cabano's voice in Mako, who really could have done that better?
Let me on, please! Oh, I got on. Yay.
My only issue with the dub would be the voice of Senketsu. In Japanese, he's given quite a deep voice, whereas in English, his voice is considerably lighter in comparison. Now, I did get used to it after a while, but I gotta say, I do prefer the Japanese one over the English one. But he's the only character who this applies to. Now, when it comes to the soundtrack of Kill la Kill, it is fucking amazing. There really isn't a bad song on the soundtrack, as there are many songs I just love to listen to at any point in time. One in particular is Before My Body's Dry.
Now it's gotten interesting.
Don't lose your way. Your mind be on the wheel of the world. Don't be afraid.
This song is the most prominent track on the series, and it's a shame Ryuko doesn't listen to its advice more. Now, one other standout track is Blumenkranz. Blumenkranz is the main villain's theme of the series, and I gotta say it's my favorite song on the entire soundtrack. Now, one last song that I will talk about is called Sanbika. This song was sung by Ier Aoi, who also provides the first opening of the series. Now, when it comes to opening 1, initially I just thought it was very average. The song attached to it seemed very generic to me at first. It seemed like a song I've heard in many other animes before. But upon hearing it repeatedly, I gotta say, it really grew on me, and ironically, it's a song that I really enjoy listening to now. And I gotta say, I love how the video improves once we get past episode 3. Now, opening 2, on the other hand, is an entirely different story, as it resonated strongly within me right from the get-go. It reminds me exactly what it is I love about Kill la Kill. It pretty much describes the series in a nutshell. Kick-ass fighting, kick-ass music. What more could you ask for in an opening? Like, seriously.
I'm not gonna fight people who can't fight back. I'll let it slide this time.
Okay. When it comes right down to it, is Kill la Kill good? Yes, it is. Is it great? Yes, it is. Is it the savior of anime like people like to call it? Hell no, it isn't. And it's not because it's bad, it's because that would imply that anime needed a savior, which, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't. But here's the thing, whether this is the savior of anime or not, it just really doesn't fucking need to be, in my opinion, because it's good enough on its own. It's a show that's different from the vast majority of anime that you have seen. It takes a lot of tropes that you commonly see in anime, subverts them in their own unique way, and what it does is it has something to get you pumped up with the high-octane action that the show provides, as well as actually have a very well-put-together plot put under it. Something that's actually kind of thought-provoking when you think about it. Now, the thing about this anime is your mileage with it may vary. If you cannot look past the surface of this anime, well then all you will see is a very fan service-y action series, and if that really isn't your cup of tea, well then you may want to turn your attention elsewhere.
How about my foot makes contact with your ass?
However, if that doesn't turn you off, well then there is a lot of things in this series that will definitely keep you interested. Also, as far as I'm concerned, any anime to feature a chick breastfeeding with a Tommy gun is a win in my book. So, after taking everything into consideration, I will award Kill la Kill with a score of 9 out of 10 with the recommendation to buy it. If you ever stumble across this, definitely get it, as it is worth adding to your collection. You may want to try it before you buy it, but if you can get past the first 2 episodes, then really, you're good from that point on. On the positive side, it cleverly parodies certain tropes commonly seen in anime. It has a wide cast of interestingly quirky characters. It has a kick-ass soundtrack. And also, its art and directions let you know that Studio Trigger really knew what the hell that they were doing. On the negative side, if you are only taking this anime completely at face value, it's just another fan service anime. Also, the animation itself can be very amateurish at times, particularly things that are done in 3D. Now, episode 4 does not count, as the entire point of that episode was its bad animation. Kill la Kill is licensed by Aniplex, but as typical of their DVD releases, they tend to be quite a bit pricey. But luckily, this anime is also available for streaming on Crunchyroll. For alternative anime recommendations, I could point you towards the already referenced Gurren Lagann, which was done by Studio Gainax, and it's something that many people consider Kill la Kill to be the spiritual successor of. Another anime I could point you towards is another Gainax anime known as Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt, which is wildly over the top, and even more so than Kill la Kill is. And that will conclude my review on Kill la Kill. Did you like this video? Well then be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. If there are any other anime out there that you would like to see me review, be sure to give me a word on Facebook. Do you like what I do here and want to help out with the production? Support me on Patreon. Anything you guys can give will be very appreciated. All the links to everything are in the description below, so be sure to check it all out. And with that, that'll be it for this video. So everybody have a good day, and I'll see you next time.
The best in the